That doesn't sound very nice. That's why it's a tragedy. Yeah, I see it. They're doing it Friday and Saturday night, and I was thinking I'd rather go Friday. Is it free? No, it's $5 for students. So, do you want to come? Sure, I've got $5. I'm not going to spend on anything else. Sure, alright. Thanks. I'd better go figure out what else I'm doing this week. Well, sleeping the first day so I don't balls any other thingies up. Green, red. Done! Sleeping reduces stress. Ah! That's cool. Blue magic. Gained, yes, there we are, come on. More of that. More of that. Come on. Yeah, that's one. That's why I took green magic twice, just in case that happened. I'm getting ready for dinner when somebody knocks on the door. Hey! Hey guys, what's up? Want to learn some easy merits? Doing what? Butching and baking and candlestick making. Yeah, it rhymes. Butching? That's not the right word. It could be. She's a horse. You ever been kicked by one? This is a surreal conversation, isn't it? What did you want me to do again? He already said. Are you in or not? Well, I've got 5 demerits, may as well. Fine, lead on. The boys led me to a classroom with a stove set up at the back, normally used for potion making. There are several pots and a collection of metal cylinders on the floor nearby. They don't have lids, and they're not the right size for any pipes I know of. What are they? There you are! Now, if you'll all just hold still for a moment. A wave of green magic rolls over me. That should improve your resistance to heat and stop you from burning yourself too easily. Of course, you still need to be careful. Especially you, Mr. Pfeiffer. Yes, ma'am. This is one of those difficult things, and I don't know if that's a guy or a girl, but I think it's a guy. I assume it is, because it's Donald's maid, isn't it? Forget I said anything. You have an instruction sheet here with all the steps, including the proportions for the dyes and fragrance oils. Do you have any questions? We're cool. Alright, I'm going out for a while, but I'll be back shortly to keep an eye on things. Don't worry, I won't interfere. I might even bring my knitting. She walks out, leaving me with 2 boys who obviously haven't told me everything. What are we doing here? Making candles. It's for the fundraiser thingy. What fundraiser thing? The school sells stuff at the mall to raise money. Oh. So she's still not mad at you about last week? Who, Potsdam? Nah, she never really was mad. She loves me. If she loves you so much, why didn't she marry you? I've been told you can marry Professor Grabiner, so that's probably a possibility as well. What? She's an old lady, you goon. She's not that old, but too old for you, I'm sure. We shouldn't talk like this, in case she comes back. Right, candles. So how does it work? Set up the wick, melt the wax, pour it in, then cool it down. Easy. You can cast a seal spell, right? No. Alright, you run the wax and Luke can do the wicks. Sure. Okay, the wax is set up in a double boiler. Make sure there's always water in there, and keep an eye on the temperature. If the wax gets too hot, it will explode. Explode? That's why Potsdam heat-proofed us. Just keep an eye on it. As long as you're watching, we'll have time to catch it if it starts going wrong. Okay, they're going to be catching white, slippery white stuff coming through the air and probably landing on their faces. Oh! I think that's the first mildly sex joke I've fitted in the whole of this term. I'm proud. I am genuinely proud at that. When the wax chunks are melted down, mix in the oil and the colour, then stir it with a wooden spoon. Oh, that sounds delightful. It sounds just like my dinner. Have you done this before? No, I read the directions. It's not that hard. Once the pot is ready, you can pour it into the moulds. And what are you going to do whilst we're working? I get the hard part, you'll see. Working together, Luke and I assemble and fill candle moulds. Alright, stand back. Here I go. I can feel the magic in the air, but I'm not sure what he's doing. What is that? Shh, hang on. He's still casting it? Okay, this is a tougher spell than usual. A minute later, he relaxes. There you go. You can cut off the ends now. I look inside the mould. Not only has the wax cooled, but it's shrunk in a way from the size of the mould, completely evenly. You can't cool it at all at once, or it'll collapse. And if you leave it too cool on its own, it sinks full of holes. So it's tricky. couldn't you just shape the wax around the wick in the first place without melting it? It wouldn't work right afterwards. It wouldn't blend right. So we produce a nice set of candles. It also gets your stress up by 100 billion. Well, 5, right, it's not that bad. None of the steps are terribly difficult, but done over and over, it is tiring. Wonderful work, ducklings. Oh, I'm gonna shoot you one day. 10 merits for each of you. There you are, that was my punishment for trying to piss the power in the wall. That was pretty awesome, though. A job well done. Alright, and here we go, back to things. 25, 26, I should have a new spell. Yes! Slow causes the target's body to become sluggish, slowing their movement temporarily. Great. Red magic. 3, woo. Go me! Evening, hallway. Ellen and I meet outside the gym. Can you tell as well, it's just... That room there, that is still exactly the same as the normal daylight. They've just put a dark blue shading over that. That's not dark at all. Ellen and I meet outside the gym. There are lots of people here, not just students, but ordinary people and families who must have been driven up here to see the play. After we buy our tickets, we can go inside. Folding our chairs have now been set up in rows across the gym floor. Facing the stage, behind the stage, a giant backdrop paintings hangs on the wall, displaying marble pillars and steps to suggest a fantasy of ancient Greece. At least it looks like a painting. It's probably an illusion. That's got to be a lot easier than having to paint something so huge. We find a place to sit down without anyone too tall in front of us. After a while, the show begins. ... It was every bit as tragic as Ellen suggested, and bloody too. Nice special effects though. Also, I'm going to have to complain about the time. $5 for about 5 seconds entertainment just wasn't worth it. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned! Isn't that Shakespeare? No, it was someone else. Cosgrove, I think, from The Morning Bride. Well, I think regardless, Sarah will be able to tell us who it's from. Look in the comments if you don't know who she is. So, what's that one about? Another story of murder and revenge? Sort of. It's complicated. Let me see if I can remember. The rebel leader kidnaps the princess, but then they fall in love and get secretly married. But then there's a shipwreck, and she's washed up alone and rescued by her father, the king. So, the king wants to marry her off to the ally, and she doesn't dare tell him she's already married to his enemy. And she thinks the rebel fellow is dead anyway. Only he's not, because he's washed up somewhere else and rescued by a queen who falls in love with him. And the king falls in love with the queen, but they're enemies. So everyone loves someone who loves someone else. And they all try to murder the people they think have betrayed them, and then they feel guilty and try to change their minds. Only it's too late because the plot's already in motion, so they all end up killed by their own assassin. What? You go someone to send him off, but because the plot's too far down the line, you say no. The assassin turns around and goes, well, I'm not going to get paid. I may as well kill you. You know, for lols. Obviously, I'm not understanding that, though. So, the moral is, I guess, that revenge is dangerous. Or else don't change your mind. Even if a man treated me like Jason, I would never do what media did. Of course, you wouldn't do that. But if someone I love betrayed me, they should be punished. I'd want to forget. Neither. You'd look at them menacingly as they walk down the halls between classes. You'd get all evil. That's about as far as I understand. Would I want to forget, or would I want to get punished? Alright, well, Alice said punish. I think a good answer is I want to forget. Being betrayed is terrible, but trying to get revenge would only make things worse. It wouldn't fix anything that had already happened. You'd just make people more unhappy. The only way to make things better is to forget you ever loved them and to move on. Then eventually it won't hurt anymore. Eventually. Anyways, thanks for coming with me. No problem. Okay then, Saturday morning the mail and allowances are delivered. What should I do today? Right, let's study, because clearly you can't lose any fucking stress at the mall, can you? The library is fairly quiet, but familiar faces are still present. Study the mini, study alone, study alone! 29 smart. I'd like to get that to 30. How on earth are you going to get that to 100? Would you literally just have to study every single day? Okay, no, alright, fair enough. I don't think there's anything else, is there? Around. Ah, Skype UK. Skype UK, I'll have to edit that out. Curse you. I still think half of those things are pointless, but okay. Let's get cracking on with another week. Morning assembly. Early on Monday, all the freshmen are called together. Good morning, buttercups. Oh god, I'm gonna kill you one of these days. Oh, you're annoying. The Thanksgiving breaks begins next week after classes on Tuesday. There will be no further scheduled activities until Monday, the 2nd of December. Okay, so I'd assume all... Alright, so start getting rid of stress. If you are staying through the break, the library will be open and meals will be served at regular times, as well as the feast on Thursday and some organised activities. If you are leaving, and you need to leave before tomorrow evening, and you haven't already made arrangements, please talk to me after assembly. Now there is one more thing. For those of you who are Wild Seed, if you are leaving, this will be your first time away from the comfort and protection of Virus Academy. You are witches and wizards, and the people around you out there are not. The choice that you made 3 years ago still stands. You must not reveal our secrets to the outside world. You must not discuss or display magic in front of anyone who is not one of us. Yeah, I found that out just 10 demerits too fucking late, didn't I? Not your old friends, not your families, no one. If you betray our trust, you will not be allowed to return. Well, I got lucky. And we would miss you. Oh, the script sometimes in this game is horrendous. Now, I'm sure you have a busy week ahead of you, so I'll let you get on with your schedules. Oh, so it's this week. Okay then, well, why not? I was going to stop it here, but let's just go on that little bit and get to Thanksgiving. Red magic, 3 red magic and 3 stress. And grey magic. Give us 4. You can't do 4. Dare. After class assembly. If I might have your attention, please. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? No, that's not what she really said. Take hold of each other's hands and close your eyes. We give thanks to our parents who created us and the friends who helped us grow, to the earth which nurtures us, and the other worlds which inspire us. I'm essentially snogging the microphone. My mouth is so open at the minute. For what we have been given, and for what we have to give, for those who have taken us in, when we were in need, for forgiveness, and for the hope of renewal. May our tribes' tributes bring joy, and may no call go unanswered in this Thanksgiving season. So may it be. Hands put away from mine as other students echo her words. Have a very happy holiday! Well, now I can hang up my cape, find my parents, and be on my way to school. School will be waiting for me when I get back. Well, if ever there was a time to stop this 45 minutes... it's now, isn't it? So, yeah, as I said earlier on in like part 11, I think it would be, if you do want to see me continue this series, by all means, either leave the comments below, or if you want to throw a few thoughts at me or whatever, drop me a message. Or, you know, there's always an email in the description. You can email there if you just want to send me through thoughts, you know, because all that's appreciated and it's cool, and I won't have to make love to your mum against her will if you don't. So, you know, there's a bit of it in for every us, isn't there? There's something in it for everyone. There you are. We got the phrase out eventually, didn't we? But for now, my name's Midtonarim. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed by now, you're clearly a fool, and your mother is being made love to against her will. Right now as you speak. Run, quickly, because I'm not holding back. Goodbye.